Hi, in today's video I will be talking a bit about my website. The reason for doing it, there are two main reasons. First one is that because the number of people who have subscribed to this channel has passed 1000. That's the situation at the moment that I'm recording this. YouTube has now allowed me to insert links to the articles on my website. For me, as far as YouTube's support goes, that is all I need. I was really looking forward to that, and special thanks to my 667th subscriber, Punishers MC from California, for breaking the bad luck. And now, again, as far as I'm concerned, now I'm able to make videos that are more useful. As far as YouTube is concerned, I will still be working on making better lighting and better scripts and better video quality in general. But this feature that allows me now to put a link to any page on my website that will show in the top right corner as you're looking, so you can click on it right away, or later there's like a small I button that you can click on it, like letter I, not the I, and then see the links that I've added. For me, when I'm using YouTube videos, that is a very practical feature, and I'm very happy to be able finally to do that. I've been doing it on my YouTube channel in my native language, BikeGremlin RS, but now I'm also able to do it in English, and that's a very good thing. And now for my website, I have a cycling website that is bike.bikegremlin.com. You can see it here. It's open. What I've done in the past month was website redesign. The goal was to make it easier to navigate, more practical to use for visitors to find the information they need, and also to make it look decently, look nice. Because I will talk a bit about that now. If you're not interested, you can skip to the parts of interest I always put in the timeline, like chapters of the videos, which is another cool YouTube feature that hasn't been available always. So anyway, I was trying to design my website to be both practical to use and to look good. And here I wrote an article on that. I will open it. It's on my computer-related website, io.bikegremlin.com. Brief digression. I have a website, bikegremlin.com, which is practically a hub that contains, here you can see it, it contains the links to all of my websites, YouTube channels, and so on. There's also a version in my native language. Anyway, now for the website redesign, here I'll just briefly scroll through this. It's good for a bit of a laugh. Here, this is the very first attempt of putting my notes, Excel tables, and TXT and Word documents online in a very primitive setting. Information was there, but the design, as you can see, was not very good, and it was not really practical for use on mobile phones, which many people use today. Even I use it sometimes when I'm away. I often away from a computer or on the road, and someone asks me something, I can quickly look up something on my website, because there I have notes of everything that I often work with, especially when it comes to bicycles. So this is the first version, and now this is what I tried to do in order to improve it, changing the layout and menu design, and that was probably a bit better. And this is a third attempt from 2018. There I tried to further improve it, to make it a bit easier to navigate and find the information, and to look a bit nicer. And finally, this is my next to the last attempt, where I edited some, it maybe looks similar layout, but I did some more drastic changes to the way things are laid out, especially the way they look on a mobile phone, again in order to improve it. And this is my final attempt of trying to make a website that looks good and is easy to navigate. And it was not bad in my opinion, but opinions are divided. Everyone else thought it sucked, at least when it comes to visuals. But I liked it. And I know that I'm capable of technically implementing most things on computers and on websites, but when it comes to choosing colors, layouts and everything, I always have to ask a professional, like make me a drawing and I'll put that drawing into website. Make me exactly what you want it to look like on a mobile phone, on a medium-sized screen, I will all translate all that, but don't let me choose anything. I really am not very gifted at that. So after that, this is the overview of my YouTube channel. What I've tried to do to make the channel thumbnails be a bit more good looking, and when I see a list of YouTube thumbnails, when I open YouTube, I want to see clearly, oh, this is BikeGremlin video. And that was my attempt to skip watching my own videos when I put something like this only on the thumbnail, so I don't see it's me always. And this is the attempt of making a mascot. I like this one. It's not too bad in my opinion, but I don't take myself seriously when it comes to design. And this is my attempt of some humor, like all the possible knowledge related to bicycles and cycling is presented by this ship, and this is BikeGremlin, what I can do, and this is what I think of most commercial cycling related websites. I don't mean to offend anyone, but I also, that's my opinion. And this is when it comes to design, my thoughts. This is like my design and commercial bicycle website design. Okay. So what I did, I realized that I need to talk to a professional to get a high quality design that I can implement, and the first person that I decided to talk to, and the last, was my friend Masha. She is a designer, and this is her website. I will try to put links to these websites in the video, as I should be able to do it now when I'm editing, hopefully. This is her website, nightdesign.co.rs, like Serbia. And here, it's not a paid advert. And here it says, relax and enjoy yourself while we cook up your look and your design. And it really was like that, because when I talked to her, our negotiations were very simple. She already knew a lot about my brand and the whole philosophy, so I didn't have to explain that, and that was also important. The other very important thing was that I know that I have no idea about visual design, so I needed to get help from someone who I can trust, because I'm like a blind man when it comes to that. She could have made the worst design in the world, and for me it would have been okay. If you say that's what we do that. So that was very important for me to know that she's capable of doing it. She's aware of my brand website philosophy, and that I trust her. So the negotiations were simple. I told her, here you can see what I try to do on YouTube, what I try to do with my mascot, logo, website. Can you make it be easy to navigate, simpler, as simple as possible and logical, and also make it look good at the same time? And she said, okay, I'll do it. And that was it. I waited until she finished everything, and then I got to implement it. And now here you can see the result and the difference between the old website design that's shown here and the way it looks now. This is a category. When I open it, all the posts are now articles shown in 2 columns, and before that they were in one line at a time, so you had to scroll a huge amount of screen to get to the article that you're interested in. Here it's like at least cut in half. And so that was the final result. And if you're interested, I will make now a brief digression on how we got there. This is what I got from Masha. It's a PDF brand guide where she defined everything, and I had to agree on everything. She does one part, and I wrote in details the whole procedure in this article on my computer related website. Here are the contents. I will link to it as well. And the first step was for me to approve this, and I said, like, for me to change anything with your design is like asking a blind man to do it. If you say it's good, it's good. So it was very simple. And the next step was, from this I can open it in the free software Inkscape or any other software that you have for editing, and you can extract particular items if you want them to be printed somewhere or to be shown on website. So I can take any image and put it separately, any part of this, and easily export it wherever I want and do with it whatever I want, and it nicely scales because it's it's a vector image. I have an article explaining the difference between various image formats and ways of presenting images on the computer, and the advantage of this one is that it scales without losing any of its details. So plain and simply put, so that makes it like a good template for me to do whatever I want later with it by importing it into software like this, Inkscape. But the nicest part and the most important part for me for the implementation was this. This is Figma.com, and Masha created a file and sent it to me so that I can copy everything exactly as it was designed. So this is the wireframe, the layout of every aspect of the website. This is homepage, about us page. This is what a category list looks like with 2 rows for articles and so on. And this is the design. So here I also have a style guide like I've shown before with the most basic things nicely laid out, but this is very nice. So for example, I can zoom in here holding Control button of the keyboard and mouse, and now I can click here on inspect and say, okay, I want to see this. About the outer, and I want to know what font type was used here, what font weight, size, color, anything, and it's all shown here. You can see the font type, the font weight, so I didn't have to look and guess anything. I got it all nicely laid out here, and I could just implement that as it was shown on the website. Same goes for this article list. I can see how high, how wide it is, and copy it everything as it was designed. So this made my job possible, not easier but possible, because I cannot just from looking at this see what kind of font exactly it is. And while I'm not color blind, the nice shades, the fine differences between different kinds of blue and other colors are not very noticeable for me, and I cannot get it just right. So when I paint something, I usually ask a friend to just mix me the right shade if it is something that's not just white or just black. So I'm not very gifted at that. I also wrote about that in my article about the website Redesign in the introductory section. So, and finally, another thing that I want to show, this is in case anyone who's interested into making YouTube videos. I've managed to make this to have youtube.com/BikeGremlin, and for it to show all of my YouTube channels. So I can edit this list and update it, and it's always there. I think it's pretty cool, and I like being able to make it, having been able to make it. Sorry about my English. And if anyone is interested in that, I can make a special separate video or article about it. So this website redesign and the implementation of it did take a lot of time, and a lot of testing, trial and error and so on, a huge amount of working hours, but I think it's worth it in the long run, because it's like a set and forget thing, and I hope it will help anyone watching my videos or reading articles on my website to find all the information more easily, and for them to help themselves, which will hopefully cut the number of questions down a bit at least, and without sacrificing the fact that people get what they need and get help. And another thing that I'm very happy to present is this is a search supported by Google. I have also written briefly in that article on the computer website how that I implemented this, but it's better than just the engine of my website trying to do the search. Google is very good at searching, so I've made this search go through all of my websites. So no matter on which website you end up, when you use the search button, you will get the good quality Google search. So for example, if I type chain, I will get all the articles that are related to chain, and most are on bike.bikegremlin.com. It's the English website on bicycles. But if I type WordPress, I will get results from my computer related website, and since I've only used the term WordPress and that website has both Serbo Croatian and English articles, you get both, but you will get what you need. If I type WordPress English, that would filter it, and that's it. I hope that you like this video, and the website design and all the information is now easy to find, hopefully. And let me know what you think of this and how you like it, and I will be making more bicycle mechanics related video in the after this, but I really wanted to show this. It's for me it's been a very important step in improving everything, and that's it. Thank you for watching, and cheers. If you like this video, you can click on subscribe and choose this bell option, select all, so you get notified whenever I upload a new video.